Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Uber took away the multiplier in California, so drivers could no longer set their own rates. They also took away, well, stick around. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already heard the wonderful news, now that Prop 22 has passed, Uber completely screwed California drivers. Not only did they take away the driver's ability to set their own rates by taking away the multiplier, which was huge based on, and I'm just going to say it the way it is, like it says in the title, explicit language. Dara Khosrowshahi is an asshole. I wouldn't let him kiss my ass with somebody else's lips. That dude is just Dara Khosrowshahi. I'm even gonna tag you in this in the description. I hope you see this, you piece of shit. So not only does he take away the multiplier so drivers can make their own rates, they drop the rates, the per mile rate and the per minute rate. As you can see in this screenshot, this was taken on Wednesday, the day before dickhead Dara changed everything up. And as you can see, the per mile rate is 80 cents a mile and the per minute rate is 28 cents a minute. Now, this was a screenshot I did last night because I wanted to come out and see just how bad it was really going to be, and check it out. Now the rate is 60 cents a mile and 21 cents a minute. 60 cents a fucking mile. You know, there are some of us like myself, you know, I unfortunately broke my neck a few years back, so I got I was a medical liability for insurance, so it kicked me out of the medical field, so to speak. And then I lost my business during COVID. So now we can't even make our own fares. And a lot of us, myself included, drive relatively expensive vehicles. And I'm not the only one. I mean, you know, you've got your Suburbans and your Cadillacs and your Teslas and your Bentleys, and I mean, you know, your BMWs, and you know, your higher end cars, Lexus and so on and so forth. Y'all are stuck. So again, not only did they take away our ability to set our own fares, but they dropped the per mile and per minute rate on top of it and came back out with a sticky surge. So now drivers have to chase storm clouds, is what I call it, because it's what it looks like. It looks like a storm cloud on the map. And by the time you actually get to a sticky surge, when you go, wow, okay, that's a $15 sticky surge or a $20 sticky surge, I need to get over there. By the time you drive through traffic and do whatever it is you're doing, that surge is gone, or it's half of what it was, or what have you. So you're wasting time, you're wasting gas, and I'm dumbfounded. I'm really shocked, you know. I really didn't think that dickhead Dara Khosrowshahi, whatever the fuck his name is, we'll just call him dickhead Dara, has the audacity to fuck over his drivers like that. I don't care what he says. Drivers are the backbone of that company. The investors that are with, you know, that invest in Uber technologies, so to speak, don't do a quarter of what the drivers do throughout the country and throughout the world. So I'm just, like I said, I'm speechless. But so if you're a California driver, oh, and check out these two screenshots. The first one is the sticky surge in my area. Check it out. And this one is how many drivers are actually driving in my area. And this is a 250 square mile screenshot of my area. There are no cars out and there's no surge, but there's passengers that want rides. So in essence, because I live, in northern LA County, not only did we lose the multiplier, not only can we not set our own rates, which in my opinion, and I'm going to stick with this, makes us employees because, again, Scroober and Dickhead Dara are delegating how much they're going to pay us per mile. We don't even have surge in my market because, it's just, I'm out in the boonies. And I sure as shit am not driving 70 miles to go back down and start running down in Santa Monica and West Hollywood and stuff. Especially, even though we're coming out of COVID-19, it's still out there. And I don't want to deal with the bullshit of people complaining about masks and all that other stuff in my car, what have you. And I sure as shit am not driving my $40,000 car down there so people can jump into a performance vehicle for 60 fucking cents a mile. It just ain't gonna happen. I'm in my wife's Turbo Dart right now. Unfortunately, I get like 30 miles of the gallon around town and about 45 on the highway. But it's 60 cents a mile. It ain't gonna happen. So Dara Khosrowshahi. So what you can sit and rotate on this. You spent all that money and lied. You're a fucking liar, Dara. Dickhead Dara is a fucking liar, and he screwed every single driver in California with Prop 22. Lied his ass off to make it happen, and now he thinks he's a fucking god. So, again, I'm sorry about the language. I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. If I could talk to every driver in California, I would say shut your app off for a weekend. Starting today. But ain't gonna happen. I'm just out. It's 2 a.m. and there isn't shit happening. I took one ride with a $7 sticky surge. And the other thing too is now I asked my passenger what he actually paid for the trip. And he said he paid, I think it was $9 and change for the trip. And I got paid, no, I'm sorry. Uber went backwards. Because I had that $7 sticky surge, his ride was like $6 or $7, I'm sorry. Plus they had to pay me the additional $7 sticky surge. So it turned out to be like $14. But Uber had to pay $7 of it. So they went backwards $7 on that ride. So, and that's not going to be, that's going to be a player. Uber's going to go, wow, okay, we got the sticky surge. Now, in my market, they're going to be, if the surge comes out here, they're going to be going backwards on every single ride because, drivers out here just, it's such a vast area. But if you're a California driver, it's time for us to start telling Scroober and Dickhead Dara that we're not going to take that shit anymore, and we're not going to whore for $4 like Rideshare Professor says. We ran through the pandemic. We got no hero pay. We got no incentives. The quests were bullshit. They were laughable. And after all the stuff with drivers that stuck it out through the pandemic and were doing the medical trips and still driving people around and getting them to work and to their appointments and to the grocery stores and all the important stuff, we got nothing. And then just yesterday we got even less. So if you're a California driver, if you want to continue to drive, that's obviously your prerogative. But at this point, it's a really stupid move, and it's time to hang it up, because I know I am. You know, unless something drastically changes, I'm out. I'm done. Fuck you, Dara. Fuck you, Scroober. Fuck you, Uber. We're done. And I hope that there are other drivers that feel the same way, and maybe this will, you know, start something where we can at least get the multiplier back. You know, that would be nice, but it ain't gonna happen. We're just gonna wind up right back to square one before AB5 even came out, and drive for nothing. So it's time for drivers to literally get off your ass and out of your car and stand up for your right to be independent. You are not independent if Scroober and Dickhead Dara are delegating how much money you're going to make. You're not independent. You're not making your own rates. They are. So with that being said, be safe, be professional, keep it real. And if you want to work for pennies and wind up making enough money to buy yourself lunch for the day, pay for your gas and your maintenance on your vehicle, drive on. I can tell you, in my market, there are no drivers out here, and I sure as hell I'm jumping on that bandwagon, because Dara Khosrowshahi is a fucking retard and just a greedy son of a bitch. So I apologize for the language, but I don't apologize about the way I feel, because California got screwed so hard that drivers are going to be walking funny for a month. So with that being said, I wish everybody the best of health, and it's time to move on, unless you want to go broke, because if you continue to drive, especially if you drive a higher end vehicle, you're losing. It ain't gonna, it's not worth it. So see you later, everybody.